Hi again, everyone. Gary Digit Williams here on Boxing Along the Beltway. Our news and notes for this week, and we are a little late on the news and notes. We just had a lot of things going on, and a lot of big news coming through here, so we had to wait a little bit. We finally able to get it out to you. We got some good news this week. Good results from the USA National Championships in Salt Lake City, Utah, for our Beltway amateurs, and a couple of bouts coming up. I had one minor upset over the weekend in Norfolk, Virginia, and we got some big bouts coming up overseas for a couple of Beltway boxers. So I'll give that to you right here on Beltway Boxing News and Notes, which is brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief. From boxers to ballerinas, for shoulder pain and muscle strain, and everything in between, Boxing Along the Beltway recommends Real-Time Pain Relief, the natural, plant-based, safe, fast, and effective ointment. You go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real-Time Pain Relief, and you get a free $10 tube of Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on. The pain is gone in real time. At the Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah, had 4 national champions win from the Beltway. Some great performance. And again, these are some of our best boxers in the Beltway region. And it is great to see how well they've done. First of all, Lorenzo Simpson out of Baltimore, Maryland. He won the youth 165-pound title with a 5-0 decision over Kashad Elliott of Plainfield, New Jersey. Again, Simpson is truly one of the best in the country, best in the world. He's on the youth national team, and he is just phenomenal. He's at another level than a lot of the boxers here in this country. That's why he's able to win so many times over the years. And over this year, he's won a number of championships, and he is just outstanding. So once again, Lorenzo Simpson winning the youth 165-pound title. Also, Troy Isley out of Alexandria, Virginia. He won a 3-2 decision over Javier Martinez of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He captured the elite 165-pound championship. Troy Isley, again, head and shoulders above the majority of people in this country. He won a second straight championship. Lorenzo's won a number of USA championships. And by the way, this for Isley, this is the second time he's beaten Javier Martinez to win the championship in the finals. Last year he beat him 5-0, but this time 3-2 decision. But Isley wins again, and again, Simpson and Isley, two of the best amateurs in the country, and definitely two of the best out of this area. And the same can be said for Amelia Moore out of Greenbelt, Maryland. She has capped off what was an outstanding 2017 with a 5-0 win over Raven Brown, and she won the elite female 141-pound championship. Now, Moore this year, in 2017, she's won a National Golden Gloves Championship, a ringside world title, a national PAL title, and now the USA National Championship, all in calendar 2017. That is amazing. So congratulations to Amelia Moore out of Greenbelt, Maryland. And Keyshawn Davis. Now, Keyshawn is originally from Norfolk, Virginia, but I've been told that the entire family moved recently actually a few years ago, to Alexandria, Virginia. So he is now fighting out of the Beltway. And of course, Keyshawn Davis won a National Golden Glove Championship earlier this year. He captured the USA National title at elite 132 pounds by defeating Kevin Montano of Concord, California by a 5-0 score. So congratulations to Keyshawn Davis. So 4 national champions coming out this year from the Beltway. So that was a good move. Good look there. Also on the silver medals, Malik Warren out of Catonsville, Maryland. He lost a tough 3-1 score. And I got to be honest with you, I've gotten into some Facebook feedback about this one. Now, people thought I was soft soaking the Beltway boxers, and again, these are the same people these are just the opposite of people who say we don't support the Beltway boxers enough. So, just ridiculous how the conversation goes. But Malik Warren lost to Harley Medeiros of New York City in the youth 132-pound championship. I thought Warren, I saw it about on internet, I saw it on live stream, USA Boxing, and I thought Warren won the bout. I really did. I thought he won the bout. I thought he threw more punches, landed better shots. I just thought he was a better boxer in that particular situation. But Warren lost it 3-1. To Harley Medeiros. Also, Nasheed Smith out of D.C. lost a 5-0 decision to Alexis Espino of Las Vegas, Nevada in the youth 78-pound bout. And Jamal Harvey out of Oxnard, Maryland dropped a 3-2 decision to Chavez Barrientos in Las Vegas. Now, they said it was for the Junior 106-pound championship, but I've since been told that Jamal moved up to the elite team. So I don't know exactly where this bout was. So I tell you the truth, I really don't know. But Jamal Harvey won a silver medal there. Also, throughout the weekend, again, USA Boxing, quite frankly, was not very good at posting results this year. We do know that Kalik Harrison won a silver medal. Stacy Selby won a bronze medal. Stacy Selby out of Baltimore, Maryland. Kalik Harrison out of Oxon Hill, Maryland. They won medals as well. And maybe a few others. I don't know. But again, a lot of the results throughout the week, especially one day in particular, day 3, they did not post results at all. So it's really kind of frustrating sometimes. So we try to do the best we can in getting all the results out there. Now, over to the pro side, and it was a minor upset. I'm not sure it was a minor upset, to tell you the truth. It's an upset in many ways because it was surprising that it happened. But if any boxer in the Beltway is going through what is called a sophomore slump, that is Mack Allison IV out of Baltimore, Maryland. Last year, in 2016, we named Mack Allison the Beltway Boxing Rookie of the Year. He was very, very active. Won just about every bout he had by knockout last year. This year, it's been tough. Now, he had a 4-round draw against Matt Murphy back on June 17th at the Burns Arena in Baltimore. Matt Murphy, of course, a very busy fighter and sometimes can be very awkward. Well, at the Masonic Temple in Norfolk, Virginia, back on Saturday, December 9th, Mack Allison IV lost a 6-round unanimous decision to Reggie Barnett Jr. out of Chesapeake, Virginia on that card. And I haven't seen it all on BoxRec. It has not been on BoxRec, but people have told me, and people who are credible enough have told me about it. One of them was Mack's father, actually. And apparently Mack Allison IV lost a shutout, 60-54. Now, there was an incident in one of the rounds. He didn't tell me which one it was, but where it looked like Allison knocked Barnett down, but the referee ruled it a slip. So that was a tough break for him. But again, Reggie Barnett is no joke. He's now 6-1 with 2 KOs, but he's fought some good people. He actually lost a 4-round unanimous decision to General Tucker. That was on June 11th. Of 2016 at the ABC Sports Complex, Springfield, Virginia. Then came back and won a 6-round majority decision over James Too Slick Early on December 10th of 2016. And his only other bout in 2017, Barnett won a 6-round unanimous decision over Steve Massey in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, Barnett's a good boxer. He really is. And Allison took a step up in this situation. This is the first boxer that Allison had fought that had an over 500 record, and quite frankly, didn't do well. Simple as that. He just did not do well. 6-round unanimous decision. From what I heard, it was a shutout across the board. And again, it wasn't an easy bout for Mack Allison. So again, Mack is now winless in his last 2. He's now 7-1-1. All 7 of those wins by KO. So hopefully Mack Allison will be able to bounce back going forward. Now, earlier in the month, back on December 1st, and I don't think we talked about this. We may have, but just be on the safe side. Marcus Bates, Dream Crusher out of Washington, D.C., won a 6-round knockout over Antonio Rodriguez of Mexico. I believe we did talk about this. Bates is now 8-0-1, 7 KOs. Rodriguez 11-20-1 with 5 KOs. Kobe Madison came off the canvas, stopped Randy Eaton in the second round. Madison now 5-0-1, 4 KOs. Easton drops to 4-10-2, 4 KOs. So I just want to make sure we talked about those, and we hadn't talked about those early on. Now let's take a look at this week's schedule, and we got a couple boxers in action, Beltway boxers in action on December 15th. That is a Friday night at the Riverside Epicenter in Austell, Georgia. One of the boxers is going to be Kevin the Scarecrow Womack, and I tell you, actuality, Womack is undefeated in 2017. I don't know if people know that, but he is. He fought a 4-round draw with Tony Morris back on May 26th at the Dorton Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. Then he scored a major upset over Joey Tiberi Jr. Took this bout on very short notice, and he knocked out Tiberi in the first round back on November 11th at the Powell Center in Hockinson, Delaware. That was a huge bout. Joey Tiberi was 15-2 at that time. So Kevin Womack, 8-14-4, 6 KOs. He'll take on Wellington Romero. And Wellington Romero is out of Newburgh, New York, by way of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. He's undefeated, 13-0, 7 KOs. Coming off a first-round knockout over Mike Fowler at the Durham Armory in Durham, North Carolina on October 19th. Got a first-round knockout there. He scored back-to-back first-round knockouts in his last 2 bouts. His last bout prior to that was way back in December of 2016, December 10th to be exact, as he fought at the Marina Bay Sportsplex in Quincy, Massachusetts. Fought Ingalberto Valenzuela and scored a first-round knockout there. So, again, Kevin Womack makes things difficult for people, apparently. And definitely does. No question about that. I mean, he had lost 5 straight prior to that. But then he came back strong. And let me see, 5 straight. No, it was actually 9 straight losses prior to the win over the draw against Tony Morris and the win over Joey Tiberi. But he is 2-0. I should say he is 1-0-1 in 2017. So we'll see what happens as he faces Wellington Romero. Again, 13-0, 7 KOs. 13-0-1, 7 KOs, actually. He has one draw. So we'll see what happens. That's an 8-round bout. Scheduled to be an 8-round bout. And in a 6-round bout, Linwood Mr. Composure Dozier out of Suitland, Maryland. He's 10-18 with 2 draws and 5 KOs. He'll take on Quantavious Cash. And Quantavious Cash out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's undefeated, 10-0, 7 KOs as well. Linwood Dozier has lost his last 6 in a row. Lost the 6-round unanimous decision last out in June 23rd against Daryl Cunningham in Detroit, Michigan. Quantavious Cash coming off a 3rd-round TKO over Miguel Angel Mungia at the Atrium Arena in Stone Mountain, Georgia. That was on June the 9th. So we'll see what happens there. That bout is scheduled for 6 rounds. Quantavious Cash, who's fought all throughout Georgia, one fight in Charlotte, North Carolina, but the majority of his bouts have been in the Peach State of Georgia. So we'll see what happens there. So once again, that's 10-0, 7 KOs. Quantavious Cash take on Linwood Dozier at 10-18-2 with 5 KOs. Now, the big bout's coming up on Saturday, December 16th, and they are overseas. Not only are they traveled, but they're also overseas for Beltway boxers. One of them takes place we talked about this last time we were on the air, the Place Belle in Laval, Quebec, Canada. That's where Antoine Douglas will take on Gary Spike O'Sullivan of Cork, Ireland. That's a 10-round bout for the vacant WBO Intercontinental Middleweight title. That's on the undercard, the co-feature, I should say, on the bout between WBO Middleweight Championship title holder Billy Joe Saunders and challenger David Lemieux. Once again, that'll be televised on HBO. So you'll see that bout live on HBO coming up December 16th in Laval, Quebec, Canada. Okay, Douglas, as we said, 22-1-1, 16 KOs. Gary Spike O'Sullivan, 26-2 with 18 KOs. Douglas challenging for his 6th regional title, having won the WBC Fecker Box title twice. He's won the NABA, WBO International, and WBA Federatin titles. He's coming off that 4th-round TKO over Juan de Alba on July 14th in Miami, Oklahoma. Then Spike O'Sullivan, 26-2, 18 KOs. He's riding a 4-bout winning streak, including the 4th-round TKO over Nick Quigley, September 30th in Boston, Massachusetts. And O'Sullivan has only lost to Billy Joe Saunders and Chris Eubank Jr. So that bout you see on HBO. Once again, Gary Spike O'Sullivan going up against Antoine Douglas for the vacant WBO Intercontinental Middleweight title Saturday, December 16th at the Place Belle in Laval, Quebec, Canada. But also on the 16th, Slick Nick Kisner out of Baltimore, Maryland. He'll be making his first voyage overseas. He'll travel to Charleroi, Belgium, and he'll be in a 12-round contest against undefeated Riyad Murray on Saturday, December 16th. Murray is a native of the Ivory Coast, reigning WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Championship. That belt, is on the line. It's for the WBA Intercontinental cruiserweight title. Now, Kisner is 19-3-1, 6 KOs, coming off an 8-round split decision victory over Lamont Singletary back on March 30th in Glen Burnie, Maryland, and Michael State Avenue. We had that belt right here on the Box on Beltway Google app for Android. Now, Kisner is riding a three-bout winning streak, including that 10-round majority decision victory over Brian Holstein that earned Kisner the NABA USA Cruiserweight title. He won that bout in November 2016. Now, Kisner has gone 10 rounds a few times, but he has never been 12 rounds in a bout. So we'll see what happens. Now, the first time he went 10 rounds was against Latif Coyote, that 10-round bout. He lost the bout, but he went the distance, didn't seem to tire. He looked good, but he just could not get the offense going there in that situation. Merhi defended the title in Charleroi, Belgium, won a 12-round unanimous decision over Mitch Williams. And again, he is the reigning WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion. Murray is 23-0, 19 KOs. Kisner 19-3-1, 6 KOs. So it's really interesting. He is there now. Thank goodness. I thought he should have been there a little early, actually, earlier than this. But hopefully he'll be able to adjust to the time frame, and we'll see what happens on Saturday, December 16th in Belgium. I don't know if any international television will show that. We'll find out hopefully this week and be able to get it on the Beltway blog this week. So we'll see what happens there. But best wishes to both Antoine Douglas and Nick Kisner for their overseas voyages coming up in this Saturday, December 16th. A couple things before we get out of here. Number one, Juan Marshall and I are starting to work on our Beltway Boxing Year-End Awards, and we just want to let you know that this is going to be an interesting year. A lot of things that went on this year that didn't go the way it was planned. And we started to peter out a little bit in the Beltway as far as number of bouts and number of cards and so forth. Now, Maryland got a big boost, of course, with the MGM National Harbor. We had 5 cards there. Got a big boost there. DC wasn't nearly as active. Virginia was pretty decent. Not as good as it has been. So this will be an interesting year. And it may be a year where we may have plateaued. Okay. We'll see what happens with these bouts coming up this weekend. But we'll see. But it was an interesting year this year. And we'll see how things talk about as we look over the year 2016 a little bit later on. And finally, we want to I'm just hearing that Carlos Cruz was on that card in North Virginia. He got knocked out in the first round in that one as well. So I'm just hearing that as well. Now, finally, we want to go back a little bit to the USA National Championships. And our local referees and officials were very well represented there. We saw, watching some of the footage, watching some of the live stream bouts on usaboxing.org, we saw Alicia Daniels, who did an outstanding job. She is big with the Virginia Commission. Of course, Brent Bovell, one of the great referees we have, both on the amateur and the pro side. We saw him compete as work as well. And we also saw a young lady by the name of Latasha Washington. And just found out this week that Latasha Washington is now certified and official with the World Amateur Boxing Federation, AIBA, International Association of International Boxing. That means she can go around the world and referee and judge bouts. And this is amazing. This is great. I mean, watching her development over the years, she has been fantastic. And a little bit about her history. And she doesn't talk about this a lot, but I want to put it out there. Latasha, once upon a time, was a very good amateur boxer in her own right. In fact, she was known as the Law. And sometimes I used to, when I announce boxes, announce the amateur bouts every now and again, I would say that. I would say, refereeing this contest, she is the Law, Latasha Washington. And she now would get a big kick out of that. But she has come so far in so quick a time. It's amazing that she is now in that. I mean, it's well deserved, and there's no question that she deserves it. She's worked hard to get here, and it's just amazing. I mean, guys like Brent Bovell are there, and but Latasha has made a major move, and she is now a certified internationally known amateur referee and judge, and that is just phenomenal. So congratulations. I wanted to point that out to her because, again, I've said it time and time again, not only do we have great boxers in this area, we have great officials in this area, and both on the amateur and the pro side, and whether you talk about the Potomac Valley Association, the South Atlantic region, or Virginia, they do outstanding work. And, we get around people like Brent Bovell and Latasha Washington, Tim Ryan, who was an outstanding referee a couple years ago at the Golden Gloves. And I'm naming names. I probably shouldn't be naming names, but take a look at, just great people that have worked in the Beltway who do it tirelessly and do it just amazingly. You're blessed to see them work on a regular basis, and I'm just so proud of Latasha. She has done outstanding work, so congratulations to her. So that will do it for another edition of Beltway Boxing News and Notes. Once again, Beltway Boxing News and Notes brought to you by Real Time Pain Relief. You go to freepainoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real Time Pain Relief. You get a free $10 tube of Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. I'm Gary Digital Williams. We hope to talk to you before the holidays. If not, hope you and yours have a very blessed holiday season. Look forward to great things in the new year. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Once again, keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the boxing along the Beltway. Thanks for listening. Take care.